Holy lots of news, Batman. Alright, hello and welcome to this episode of Worth Watching Wednesdays. Now today we're going to be having just another news-only day because there is a lot of news this week. First of which is that there's been announced that the Star Wars Episode VII movie that J.J. Abrams is directing is going to take place 30 years after the Return of the Jedi, which means it's essentially taking place approximately about the same amount of time later than the actual movie is, in real time. Which I like because it means that A, we're hopefully going to see some of our old favorite characters from the original trilogy coming back, and B, that they're not going to try to desperately make them look younger via makeup and CGI and stuff like that, but they're just going to sort of deal with the age that they are, because it always ends up working out better than when they try to, de-age people via computer graphics and stuff. It never turns out as well as just being like, all right, so they're older now. The movie takes place later, therefore. So I'm happy about that. Second piece of news for today is that there has been a little bit of a controversy with the Oscars. Not much, but a little bit, where a couple of the people who voted in the Academy for Best Picture admitted to voting for 12 Years a Slave without ever having seen the movie. Okay, so let me just, what? There was like an interview that came out where they said that they hadn't wanted to watch the movie because they were afraid that they would be disturbed by it or things like that, and they didn't want to fill their head with those thoughts. But they felt that it had such social relevance and such great historical relevance that they should nominate it for Best Picture, that they should vote for it for Best Picture. Yeah, that's really not how Best Picture should be selected, people. Let me go on a little bit of a rant here. If you listen to the podcast from a couple weeks ago, the 2013-14 Oscar Reactions podcast, you'll hear me say that I was afraid that the Academy picked 12 Years a Slave to win Best Picture because of a historical relevance rather than actual merit as a film. The Best Picture award should go to the movie that is the greatest, best-made film of the year, regardless of the subject matter, regardless of anything along those lines, regardless of how relevant it is, regardless of whether or not an actor died while making the movie. It's the movie that put the most effort into being the greatest movie of the year and succeeded the best at being an excellent film. You could say due to Plato's laws of what makes good drama, things along those lines. Whatever criteria you want to use, it should be based on what the greatest film of the year was, not how historically relevant the film is. And what this is doing is people who do things like this, where they vote for a film based on its historical relevance, if people want to do that, if they've seen the film, that's one thing. I still think it's incorrect. I think it's bad form. But if you're going to do it without ever having seen the movie, and it could be a big mess for all you know, what you are doing is you are cheapening the award of Best Picture to no longer mean the greatest artistic achievement in film of the year, but instead to mean something that fits my personal beliefs of what I think should be the best movie of the year based on what it's talking about, or based on different political factors, based on factors of, to honor a certain actor who made the film. That is something that really, really bothers me, and that's my main issue with the Academy, is when it's not objectively related to the quality of the artistic work, but related to some other ulterior motive that the people voting have. And this is clearly, again, another case of that. I predicted that when I did the reactions to the Oscars. I said, I'll bet this one, not because of artistic merit, but because of relevance and because it's a historical drama film, and that's the thing that people tend to favor in the Academy. And then this news came out that these two people had voted for it without ever having seen the movie because it was a relevant historical drama film. In my opinion, I think that snubs people who put more effort into their film, and it allows people to realize, hey, I really want to win an Oscar because for some reason they still have some relevance in the media industry that, okay, I have an Oscar to my name, so therefore I have some kind of merit as a director or an actor. And at that point, they can just make any film that they want as long as it fits some specific criteria, it has some specific cliches involved in it that makes it an Oscar-worthy film. And that, to me, is a problem. It didn't used to be that way, but it is today, and I don't know what changed or why people started making Oscar films versus good films. Why they have to be two different things. So I don't know, let me know what you think about that in the comments. Am I overreacting here, or do I actually have a legitimate complaint? And the final piece of news for today is that there was a new trailer for the Disney movie Maleficent coming out starring Angelina Jolie. I'm cautiously excited for this movie because it looks like something a little different, something a little interesting. Not quite like the gritty fairy tale reboots that we have been seeing, but something a little different. And it has Angelina Jolie playing Maleficent, which I think is a phenomenal casting choice because they make her look exactly like Maleficent from like the old Disney cartoons, which I think is really cool. And the fact that no one's going to deny that she's an attractive person, but she's also very good at, she can look really creepy without trying too hard, and I think she does in the trailer for the movie. It just, the visuals look stunning. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but I'm excited for it as of yet, so if you want to check that out, check it out right here. Also this week we got an international trailer for Godzilla. I'm not going to talk about that a lot because it's pretty much almost identical to the original trailer, just with a couple little bits of different footage, some different versions of the dialogue that happened in that original trailer. But if you want to check it out, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube, different places like that. Alright, thank you for watching this episode of Worth Watching Wednesdays. Like the video if you liked it. Comment down below on what you think of the Oscar controversy and just the Oscars and the way they select winners in general. And subscribe if you want to see more. Bye.